Welcome to a brand new episode of the Post Game. I'm your host, Davion. I'm joined by Lillian.
What's up?
And Oronde.
What's good?
And today we are back talking about the NFL. And today's topic, man, is the Detroit Lions. Who would have thought?
Me. I would have thought.
Okay. All right.
Me.
Okay. Anyone else? But no, the Detroit Lions are now sitting at 6-7, second in the NFC North, and in the hunt to get to the playoffs. I mean, the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders are all sitting at 7-5-1, and then the Seattle Seahawks are 7-6. So I mean, they're about a game behind. So they are very close to, being in that number 7 or 5 spot in the playoffs. So talking about this, do we think the Lions can make the playoffs?
Yeah, 100%.
They have a really good chance. I give them 90% chance to make the playoff.
I mean, looking at their schedule, they've got the Jets, the Panthers, the Bears, and the Packers. They already beat the Bears once on the road, so I think they can do it at home. The Jets are, I know Mike White is day-to-day, so there's a decent chance that they play Joe Flacco or Zach Wilson, because Zach Wilson's technically healthy, but he's not any good. And then, the Panthers are one of the less talented teams in the league. And they've already beaten the Packers. So I think they could do that again. But that one's at Lambeau. That'll be a harder game.
So you have 4 games left, like you just said, Jets, Panthers, Bears, and the Packers. All right. Give me a record in the last 4.
Realistically,
3-1.
I was thinking 3-1 as well. I mean,
I feel like
I think the Packers are the biggest thing.
I feel like if they lose to anybody, it will be the Panthers. They have the best defense out of the
That's
4
true.
teams.
I feel like if they lose more than 2, it's over. Well,
yeah,
maybe. It should be over. They wouldn't deserve it at that point.
if they lose more than 2, that means that everybody else will, and they do make it, that means everybody else kept losing.
Yeah. So who are you crediting for this Lions success? I mean, they've won out of their last.
I mean, the miracle work that their
6
defensive
or 5.
coordinator put together for the last couple of weeks.
I mean, out of their last
reviving
6,
that
5-1.
Mm-hmm.
So who do you give a lot of the credit to?
One of the biggest guys to give credit to is Jared Goff. I mean, I said it like week 4. I said he was putting up MVP numbers. And although they're not MVP numbers right now, he's top 10 in almost every major passing stat. He's 9th in passes completed. He's 8th in passing yards, 5th in passing touchdowns. He's 7th in passer rating. He doesn't even finish in the top 10 for interceptions. I mean, everything he does, he's just been playing at an elite level for the Lions. And also, yeah, I mean, our coordinators have really stepped their game up. Ben Johnson, our offensive coordinator, one of the best in the league. I mean, just does an excellent job managing the talent he has. And yeah, Aaron Glenn has.
Love that guy. He was at New Orleans.
Aaron Glenn has really stepped up with that defense, and the defense has come alive. We saw it against the Jaguars. We saw it against the Vikings, despite the fact that Justin Jefferson had 200 yards.
He's just really good, though.
Mean, Justin Jefferson
top 3 wide receiver in the league.
I mean, Justin Jefferson had 200 yards. Dalvin Cook couldn't get past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And so it should be noted too, Jeff Okudah missed most of that game. So I think putting guys like Will Harris on Justin Jefferson is never going to work, but I digress. Also, the running game. I mean, you've got league leader in touchdowns in Jamal Williams. You've got DeAndre Swift finally healthy from injury, has been playing great. You get Jameson Williams back, first touchdown on his first catch. Amon-Ra St. Brown is one of the best receivers in the league right now. And also, of course, a top 5 offensive line. Just all around production from the entire team.
I completely agree.
I mean, I didn't even mention defensively, 3 best players on that defense right now are rookies. You've got Kirby Joseph at safety. You've got Malcolm Rodriguez at linebacker. And, of course, you have number 2 overall pick, Aiden Hutchinson.
I mean, I watched a lot of that game on Sunday, and I mean, watching how much of a threat and how much of a what's the word I'm looking for, how impactful he was. I mean, in that win against a really hot Vikings team. I mean, it really showed that. I mean, this Lion team really. I mean, and this has happened the last 2 seasons. They've turned it around around on the back end of the season, and so hopefully they. I mean, and this. I mean, we all know this. I mean, in the NFL, it's not how you start; it's how you finish. And they over the past season, they're finishing very, very strong. And so, I mean, if they can keep this up and win, 3 out of the 4, or even 4 out of the 4, that'll be real big for them and getting their chance into the playoffs because they'll finish 10-7, and that'll be. Hey, I mean, that's not a bad season for the Lions at all.
No, but also, I mean, James Houston, top 2 leaders in rookie sacks right now are Aiden Hutchinson and James Houston. James Houston has played in 3 games, and he's second.
How many?
3 games. He's played in 3 games because he was hurt to start the season. 6th-round pick, originally played at Florida, transferred to Jackson State to play under prime time. Had like 24 sacks or something his last year in college. But has 4 sacks in 3 games. And it really is amazing how much the team has developed.
Man, I mean, that's big. That's big from the Lions, and that's big. I mean, and credit to Dan Campbell, man. Those players want to play behind one man, and that's Dan Campbell because he's a player's coach. I mean, you can't hate that guy. No matter who you are, you cannot hate him, and I love it. I absolutely love it so much watching him and that team, and that offense is so electric. I really enjoy it. I mean, they're putting up a lot of points right now, and they almost beat the Bills on Thanksgiving as well. That not many people are talking about. I mean, Bills are one of the better teams, top 3 teams in the league. That's big from that Lions team. But yeah, man. Any final thoughts we have on the Lions?
They've returned to being my betting favorites. They've
Not me.
been doing really good against the spread. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, I think it was me. I think I might have been the problem. Remember, I was on the Lions for the first 10, or not even, for not 10 weeks, probably 8-9 weeks, and they stunk it up. And then I said I was off the train, so I'm gonna stay out the train to keep their luck away. I'm gonna keep their luck there.
We ended up 1-4, and he just stopped.
Bro, how you lose 4 straight?
Bro he hops ship.
We lost 5 straight because we were 1-1 because we beat the Commanders week 2.
Pathetic.
Then we lost 5 straight, and then we won a game and lost to the Bills. No, I think we won 2 games and lost to the
No.
Bills.
Let me tell you what happened. I'll tell you what happened. You came into it 1-1. Then you lose to the Vikings, Seahawks, Patriots, Cowboys, Dolphins. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think it was the
playoffs.
I think the Patriot game is what sets you away.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
When
it
they
wasn't
put up a
good.
goose egg.
That was a bad game.
That hurt me.
It was such a fun game. What do you mean, Lillian?
Okay.
Yeah, Oronde, I'm sure you loved it.
I mean, no. Then losing to the Cowboys really hurt my feelings too. We all know I hate the Cowboys.
Was tough too because it was like we were winning like 6-3 at halftime, and then Jamal Williams had his first ever fumble.
Hot take. I don't think the Cowboys are that team.
I don't think
They're not
good either.
I mean, you almost lose.
They're never that team.
I don't think, as much as I love our win against the Vikings, I don't think the Vikings are actually that good.
Their defense.
They have a negative. What is
lackluster.
it? A -7 DPOY.
Their defense is non-existent, and they didn't even have Harrison Smith on Sunday. It was bad. Now, do I think Harrison Smith gets 3 interceptions and helps them beat the Lions? No, but I mean, that secondary is just toast, especially when you go against a good receiving core like the Lions have. But
does anyone know if their point differential is still negative?
it definitely is because it was negative heading into that game, and they lost. I mean, I'll check on what it is. Let's see. Their point differential currently is -1.
Are you joking?
The Lions are 6-7, and their differential is +2.
That is beautiful. What a work of art. The Lions are just a work of art.
Okay. Anyway, before we get too much on this tangent about the Lions being good,
Yeah, you
Let's head out of here, man. Let us know how you feel about the Lions, if they're the team to beat or if they are still the Lions. But yeah, man. Lillian, Oronde, thank y'all for joining. I've been your host, Davion, and this has been the post game. Peace.
Peace.